Big story tonight, a decision this week from a U.S. appeals court to uphold Maryland's ban on assault rifles, sparking some new debate over the Second Amendment and further highlighting the high stakes for the Supreme Court nomination of Neil Gorsuch. Rhetoric between both sides ramping up here as the NRA head, Wayne LaPierre, makes clear that his organization will not go down without a fight on this.
Terror knows no more ferocious foe than freedom in the hands of we the people. And to defend it, we'll go toe-to-toe with them in any arena they threaten. We'll fight the violent left on the airwaves, the internet, and on TV. We'll fight the violent left in Congress and in the Washington bureaucracy. And we'll fight the violent left in state houses and courthouses from coast to coast all over this country.
Fired up today at CPAC. Here with me now, Guy Benson, political editor at townhall.com and a Fox News contributor, and Michelle Jawando, vice president for legal progress at the Center for American Progress. Guy, let me start with you, because a lot of people on the right are very up in arms, you could say, about this decision. What do you make of it?
Right. Well, I think you have to go to the Supreme Court precedent on this and the Heller decision, which established very clearly that there is a fundamental right to own a firearm in this country. And what the Supreme Court said was that includes all common use firearms. And I don't think you can interpret that any other way as to say this protects the purchase and ownership of guns like, for example, the AR-15, which is banned by Maryland. The AR-15, there are millions of these in the United States. It is the #1 rifle in America. That is the definition of common use. I think this is going to the Supreme Court, and I think it's going to be tough for Maryland to prevail.
As the harmonic strings cue behind you at the CPAC meeting there. So, Michelle, let me get your thoughts on this, because this is a semi-automatic weapon that's being discussed here. It was called a weapon of war by this court, and that is what conservatives take such issue with here.
You know, I think what's interesting with this decision particularly is that what we see is evidence-based models to protect communities are constitutional, and that's what this decision says. You know, it's interesting that we quote Heller, because what I like to often point out is Justice Scalia, who many people, including Judge Gorsuch, often praise, said that there isn't an unlimited right to own and possess a gun, that you can't just keep a gun for whatever purpose you want, or hold it or carry it for whatever purpose you want. It is a limited right. And I know that that's
But he did agree with Heller, which said that you could use it to protect yourself.
Of course.
And he also made a point of Justice Scalia of saying that he thought that the judicial branch in too many cases treats the Second Amendment as if it's a second-class right, that it doesn't give it equal credence with the rest of the Constitution. Guy?
Yeah, the AR-15 is not a weapon of war. That is a fallacious argument by the Fourth Circuit, which, by the way, Barack Obama stacked after Harry Reid blew up the filibuster. And so if you look at the AR-15, it is a semi-automatic rifle. Weapons of war are fully automatic. These are not the same thing. It looks like a weapon of war. That does not make it a weapon of war. And I think this was just really shoddy legal reasoning from the Fourth Circuit. And again, this shines a spotlight on the Gorsuch confirmation, because I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to SCOTUS. And I think it'll be perhaps another thin decision like Heller was, 5-4.
Michelle, you have so many people who maybe did or did not like Donald Trump when he was candidate Donald Trump, but they voted for him because of the SCOTUS decision. When Justice Scalia passed away a little more than a year ago today, they really felt that they wanted a conservative on the court. So what's the impact on the court decision here?
Listen, when we think about Newtown, when we think about San Bernardino, we have to ask ourselves, are weapons of war what we want in our communities? And again, this decision found that evidence-based policies to protect our community are constitutional. And I know people may not want to hear that or agree with that, but that's what this decision found. And I think it is profound for the country, and it's a step forward in the right direction. Justice Scalia himself said there isn't an unlimited right to own and carry and keep a weapon. And so when you think about that, reasonable evidence-based policies matter. And that's what the legislature in Maryland decided. And when you think about the concurrence opinion from Judge Wilkerson, it was powerful. It said, this is their community. It is our safety, and we deserve to have that.
We're going to get cut off. Michelle, thank you so much.
Thanks so much,
thank you very much. Great.